Hello beloved beings. We see you living in greater accord with all that you are, and finding out how good that can feel. We see you letting yourself open up to who you really want to be and how you actually want your life to go. We see you moving out of ideas of who you should be and letting those become less active in your sense of who you are, and we want to celebrate this. This is a beautiful gift to yourself, to let yourself focus on what you actually care about, what really matters to you. It's very wonderful for us to see you just trusting yourselves and letting yourselves be who you are more and more. We want to expand upon this in today's message and talk a little bit about how to live in greater clarity. We've been talking more about clarity because alignment, and particularly sovereign expanded alignment, is a state of clarity. The world around you is full of people. Each of these people and you yourself have different preferences, different things that you want. Each person has dreams, ideas about what will be the best, what will make them happy, what they can have and what they can't have. Most of you want some things that are kind of basically the same. You want a sense of feeling safe and connected. You want some meaning in your life, some way of having enough money. Most people want a place to live and the kinds of things that make physical life comfortable and easy. Not too far beyond that, you get into the truth that everybody wants really unique things. You are drawn to the qualities of experience that speak to the signature of energy that you are, and support you in being present in that coherence. The things that you are drawn to relate inherently to who you are. This is why we so often speak about desires being like a compass. Your desires are showing you who you are and what will help you be more of who you are. This is so essential to understand. It's also essential to understand that each and every person will have different definitions of what will for them be success and create a sense of happiness. The other thing all of you want to feel is capable. You want to feel capable, and even more than that, you want to feel free. Yes, you want to feel well in your bodies, and yes, you want to feel abundant, but what you also really want that you all have in common is to feel capable and free, even though the ways you will use these qualities when you feel them will be unique. Each of you will have different ways you will express your capacity and your freedom. Different ways you will spend your money, and different ways your vitality will be expressed through your living, for your joy. This is not going to change. As the world ascends, everybody's not going to become the same. Everybody's not going to have the same point of view on things. There is going to continue to be tremendous variety and diversity in your world, and in fact it's expanding. This is as it's meant to be. Furthermore, the only reason that you don't like this diversity is when you think it limits your ability to be free and have what you want. We want to remind you that when you're in sovereign alignment, you don't feel like that, because the higher levels within you know that no one need change one bit in order for you to be happy and have what you want, and the same is true for everyone. No one need change for everyone to get what they want. No one needs to have less for someone else to have more. The world is abundant and the universe is abundant and the fullness of creation is infinitely abundant, and everything you decide you want is drawn to you by your frequency and focus. As you come into resonance energetically with the experience of having what you want, then it demonstrates in your life and you have a manifestation or a realization, because you've let it in, because you're synced up to it, because everything happens through corresponding energy. We want to repeat. There's no need for anyone to have less for anyone else to have more. Right now, because of the great contrast in your world, there's a lot of ideas about redistributing things. We want to point out to you that ideas of taking from one to give to another will not fix anything. It's a belief in limited resources and it's fear-based. Anyone who's in their sovereign empowerment won't buy into this, because anyone who is in their sovereign empowerment knows there's more than enough to go around, because they've felt it. They felt it and they found their way into greater and lesser variations of alignment, and they know what happens when they move in and out of alignment, and they know that they can have more again and again and again. We're talking here of anyone who is powerful in relationship to their consciousness, anyone who understands how to create using their focus and their alignment, and knows that all resources come from within. All that manifests in the world as abundance or lack thereof is a reflection of the alignment you have and the relationship you have with the vaster you. Everyone does this. Everyone creates their life this way whether they know it or not. The most powerful thing you can do for one another in light of this is to believe in one another. The more you believe in one another, in your capacity, in light of all your diversity, celebrating your diversity, the more you will feel empowered to be who you really want to be, and the more you'll believe in yourself. The more you choose to believe in the inherent well-being of all life and the inherent capacity of everyone, the more you choose to see the eternalness that underlies everything, the more you remind yourself that every expression here is a temporary manifestation of light, and the more willing you are to allow the freedom to be who they are, and to trust that they are doing what they need to do right now, the more you will feel free to do what you want to do right now. You will free yourself up to focus on the light within you and cultivate your sovereign alignment, and in that state of being, your life will soar. Each of you empowers the other to the greatest degree when you are fulfilled. You don't empower other people by giving to other people what they don't have from what you do have. You empower other people by helping them know their capacity, and the easiest way to do this is through demonstration. The easiest way to know something is possible is to demonstrate it. Years ago, Meredith went to an event where people broke boards in half with their hands. One person in the group would hold the board up. It was about an inch thick, a pine board like the size of a notebook sheet of paper, and the other person would put their palm on it and pull their arm back and then try to break the board. Initially, no one was breaking the board, and then, they were in small groups. When one person broke the board, suddenly everybody knew they could break the board because they had seen someone who couldn't do it. Then Meredith broke the board. She knew the minute she saw someone else do it, she knew she could do it. This is how things work in life in embodiment. By demonstrating, you pave the way, so by demonstrating a life of clarity through your own alignment and coherence, and by that becoming more familiar and more present in your world through the way you're living, you make it more possible for others to believe they can live that way too. When you are in sovereign alignment, you're innately clear. You are in your knowing and you are in order energetically. You are tapped into the insights and knowing that are for you, now, and living in the now with that knowing, life becomes really uplifted. You start to feel lighter, more carefree. You experience a continually enjoyable unfolding. You can have that wonderful experience, but you have to give yourself permission to stop feeling that it depends on anybody else, or that you can't have it until other people do. The more you make your sovereign alignment your focus, the more you demonstrate and pave the way for others. The way to do this is simply to make more decisions throughout your day to return to a state of expanded alignment. You do this by choosing to think thoughts that feel good and by choosing to feel good. One of the things that will most help you feel and know the freedom, the clarity, the well-being and abundance that is your true state is to want it more. By this, we mean be less willing to feel less than good. Be less willing to feel crappy. Be less willing to let depressed energetic states linger. Be more attentive to the way you feel and attend more urgently to your vibration when you realize you're off. The shorter the gap between when you feel good and when you don't, the more momentum you have and the more you're in a state in which the infinite intelligence of life can play its role in your embodiment, delivering to you that which you enjoy. You can just let it in. In your joy, you're demonstrating what's possible, and what the world needs now is demonstrations of what's possible with ease and grace. Demonstrations of what's possible from a state of authentic self-alignment, and in your joy you will pave the way for more joy, not just for yourself, but for others. In receiving what makes you smile and gives you delight and fits you in your uplifted state, your confidence and your capacity will grow. By looking at how far you've come, you will see how much potential you all have, not just you, but everybody. Then the dance between vision and creating, the ever-expanding experience which is fueled by your decisions and your choices of focus being choices for alignment, become reliable and steady for you. You will always encounter contrast in this world, and that contrast becomes a means of expansion. It is not at odds with what you want to be. In a world where there's tremendous variety, all kinds of things make it clear to you what more you want. What you want that isn't yet here, that's what it's all about, the contrast. It's about having the stimulus that makes you want more, because in the wanting more, you choose more. When you choose more and allow more, you expand. You come into more alignment and you allow the flow of all you are to enter your embodiment in ever-expanding ways. The feeling of capacity and well-being and freedom and connection and joy become more and more the norm for you, and there is and will be, still more expansion. Yet the steadiness of coherence and clarity will become how you know yourself, who you think you are, and in that knowing you are quite literally discovering yourself as soul. We are the Council of Radiant Light,